The dawn of a new season is just round the corner, with Formula One returning to Melbourne for the start of the 2018 season. All the teams have unveiled their challengers for this long season, and where few teams have had troublesome winter testing, some have proved to show great promise for this season. Let us take a quick peek at each team's winter test and try to form a pecking order as to how I think the teams stand at the moment. Now, before we start this video, let me remind you that this estimation has been done only on the basis of the team's performance shown in the Barcelona test in the 2 weeks of testing that they have gone through. So without wasting any more time, let us get into this right away. Number 1. Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team. Expect Mercedes to be the team to beat for the 5th year running. Brutally fast pace on long runs and blistering lap times in the ultra-soft tires seem to show that Mercedes have only gotten faster. With Bottas now in his second season with the team, he will be much more at home, and it remains to be seen if Hamilton's title defense challenge mounts from the other side of the garage or from another team and driver altogether. Mercedes did not even bother using the new hyper-soft tires introduced by Pirelli this year, as their focus was on the other aspects of the car, which shows their confidence on the pace of this car. Number 2. Scuderia Ferrari. After losing out to Mercedes in the title race during the second half of the season last year, Ferrari have to start the new season all guns blazing, and all signs suggest that this is exactly what Ferrari want to do. Extensive and intricate aero detailing is what has changed the most in the 2018 title challenger SF71H. Vettel and Raikkonen setting 1 minute 17 seconds laps around the Barcelona track during the testing definitely proves that the Ferrari is fast. Although with smoke billowing out of the Ferrari garage every time the engine was fired up, Ferrari need to get their preparations right and emerge out of the smoke ready to conquer. Number 3. Red Bull Aston Martin Racing. After a strong run in the second half of the last season, Red Bull is gunning to disrupt the top 2 and join the race for the title. Reliability of their car would be their main focus after last year's numerous retirements during the races. But it's Red Bull, known for their aerodynamic brilliance thanks to designers like Adrian Newey. This showed during the tests, Red Bull being very fast during the long runs. Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen will be looking for blood and for trophies to add to their cabinet. Number 4. Haas F1 team. The American squad took the F1 world by storm after the strong showing during the Catalonia pre-season testing by showing promising pace and impressive cornering speeds. Kevin Magnussen is looking to prove he can drive fast once again, and with brake issues seemingly resolved, Romain Grosjean has no excuse not to perform, with a chance of getting a Ferrari seat next season should Kimi Raikkonen leave. The dark horses for the 2018 season, Haas F1 could spring a few surprises during the season. Number 5. Renault Sport F1. Arguably one of the most excitable driver pairings on the grid, Renault's recovery to the top step looks on track, but still a couple of years away probably. A reliable power unit will help their cause this year as the team aims to get close to the top 3 of Mercedes, Ferrari and customer Red Bull. Both their racers have excellent race pace, which is much required for grabbing as many points as possible, and the midfield battle is tighter than ever. Renault discovered minor niggles during testing which cost them track time. These issues need to be ironed out before the first race in Melbourne if they want to be competitive throughout the season. Number 6. McLaren Renault F1. After a frustrating 3 seasons with Honda, McLaren need to prove their threat as a team to challenge for wins and titles once again. A rejuvenated Fernando Alonso and young gun Stoffel Van Dorn will look to drive the car on its very limit to extract every ounce of performance. However, during testing, McLaren's season looks ominous, and it can only get better from this point onwards. Fernando Alonso set a blistering lap to send McLaren to the second fastest team during the testing, but such times are deceptive. Come Melbourne, McLaren will want to be snapping at the heels of Red Bull. Number 7. Sahara Force India F1. Coming off a strong 4th place best of the rest in 2017, The Pink Panthers seem to have produced a bit of a mediocre car for 2018. Renowned for late updates on the car, this team makes the best use of the advantage that the Mercedes power unit in the back of their car gives them. With Perez, a driver with experience, and Ocon, the most promising young talent on the grid, Force India makes it a tough midfield. Number 8. Scuderia Toro Rosso Honda. The dawn of a new partnership between the Red Bull Group and Honda, Toro Rosso split ways with Renault and shook hands with Honda at the end of the last season. Honda experienced what could only be called 3 terrible seasons with McLaren and want to prove themselves as a competitive power unit manufacturer. Brendan Hartley has years of racing experience and Pierre Gasly brings much required youth to the team. Testing surprisingly was very trouble-free for Toro Rosso Honda and has caused much shock in the F1 paddock with the showing of the Honda engine. Number 9. Williams Martini Racing. Martini have announced that they will be breaking up with Williams at the end of the 2018 as their title sponsor. Now the onus is on Williams to produce an outstanding improvement and to secure the much required funding needed for the next season. Williams haven't been the team they were expected to be in the last decade or so, except for the 2014 season. With Sergei Sirotkin and Lance Stroll bringing in a lot of funding, the team needs to be at their best to beat the likes of Force India and the other midfield runners. Number 10. Alfa Romeo Sauber F1. After a disappointing last 2 seasons due to the lack of funding and having to run year-old engines compared to the rest of the field, Sauber this year have secured a major sponsorship and technical agreement with Fiat-owned Alfa Romeo. Thus, they have managed to procure same-spec engines as used by Scuderia Ferrari this year. Charles Leclerc absolutely dominated Formula 2 last year and is looking to prove himself as a future champion. Marcus Ericsson needs to pull up his socks and drive if he wants to remain in F1 and avoid the shame of being beaten by a rookie teammate. So there it is. This was the pecking order of the teams as I think of it right now. If you liked the video, please do smash the like button and comment in the section below what are your views for this season and who do you think is going to win this year. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, do not waste any more time and subscribe to get updates on the F1 2018 season. I will see you later. Until then, goodbye.